Okay, Sheffield United have just signed Oli Burke from West Brom for an undisclosed fee, with Callum Robinson going the other way. Just can't really get that excited about this one. Lads, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the signing of Oli Burke from West Brom and Callum Robinson, obviously, go the other way. I've not done a lot of research for this video, not like the Ampadu one, not like Lowe and Bogle, just not done much research on it because one, I weren't sure it's going to happen, and two, I don't think I really wanted it to happen that much. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a massive fan of Callum Robinson, and I don't think he would have pulled up many trees next season for us. But yeah, here we go. Let's get into it. Like I said, I don't know a hell of a lot about Oli Burke already, so I'm going to kind of find out as we go along. We're going to look at some Twitter comments from West Brom because I've seen that they're a little bit tasty. I don't think they're a massive fan of Mr. Burke, but let's get into it anyway. Right, so I'm going to go to Wikipedia because that's the best place to find football stats and stuff. It's definitely never wrong. So he started his career at Nottingham Forest, 25 appearances in 2-3 years, something like that. He obviously went on loan to Bradford City for 2 games in 2015 as well, obviously trying to get himself into the team. He scored 6 goals for Forest, which is the most he's scored anywhere. Then RB Leipzig bought him for a lot of money. I think it was 13 million at the time, which, yeah, it's a lot of money for a young lad because in 2017 he will have been 20 years old, and he'd not played too many games, not too many senior games anyway. Played 25 games for RB Leipzig, scored 1 goal. Then he went to West Brom for, I believe it was 15 million. Oh, it says it right at the top. It was 15 million. Signed for West Brom for 15 million. So RB Leipzig got the money back and 2 million more, which I think they'll be quite happy about. Since 2017, he's played 20 games for West Brom, not even scored 1 goal, which for an attacking winger is not great. But he was sent out on loan to Celtic in 2019. I'm guessing that was the back end of the 18-19 season. Played 14 games, scored 4 goals, which isn't a bad ratio really for a winger. Then he went to Alaves last season. Now, I don't know what else he did at Alaves, if he played really well, if he got some assists. But in 31 games, he scored 1 goal. Not the best. He's played a lot of games for the Scotland national team, 12 games, 1 goal, and played for Scotland under 21s, 20s and 19s, but the only goal that he scored for Scotland was in that earlier montage where he headed it against the post and then put it into the open net. So let's be honest, he's not the most prolific of attackers. I'm not saying he's a striker. It says right here he's a winger, and I think he's played most of his career as a winger. So I'm not really sure what we're going to do with him. I saw someone on Twitter put earlier that he was playing at right wing back for Alaves, which makes me think, what are we doing? What is Chris Wilder thinking? Because he's always ticking up here. He's always thinking of something in his coconut, as he always says. But now I'm going to look at the carnage that has been caused by the West Bromwich Albion Twitter admin. So here we go. Obviously, as you can see, Callum Robinson is now a West Brom player. And in the middle of all these, they put, wishing you the best for the future, Oli Burke. And we go into it. Someone wrote, will be missed, what a player. I think that is the only positive comment in the whole of the thread. So, no we don't, cheerio, good riddance, admin posting this. Amazing player, jokes. Admin's face tweeting this. Will go down as our worst investment along with Sturridge. Now I understand that because they paid 15 million for him and he's not done a lot for him. But saying that, we signed Callum Robinson for 7 million, I think it was, and he's not done a lot for us either. But he's obviously done more than Oli Burke. He's at least scored a goal. 15 million laughing, crying face. People saying goodbye to him. And then St. Gif. It's not looking good, is it? It's really, really, really not looking good. So that's what West Brom think of him. What I think of him is that it looks very much like Jack O'Connell. He just does, doesn't he? Now, which cog is he going to be in Chris Wilder's Sheffield United machine? Who knows? Like I said earlier. So, he is a right winger. He has played up front. He has played at right wing back. So, I'm sure we're not going to deploy him as a right winger. We don't have a left winger in the club, I don't believe. Trying to think. Callum Robinson was probably the only one that came close to being a Sheffield United left winger. Or winger in general. So he's not going to play on the wing. He may play up front, but he doesn't score enough goals. He may play at right wing back, but we've got George Baldock, who for me is probably the best wing back we've ever had, including Vasper Bokis, Hal. And we've also just signed Jayden Bogle, who will want to be playing first team football because he is a very, very talented attacking wing back. So where does this leave Oli Burke? I know he doesn't seem to be really wanted at West Brom by the fans or probably by the manager. But Chris Wilder must have really, really sold it to him to come to us because we don't play with wingers. Anyway, so he's 23 years old. Really, really young. He's 6'2". So he's a tall guy. Tallish anyway. I've also heard he's a very, very quick lad. So that is one thing that we are really, really struggling with at Sheffield United. We've got Mousse, who is absolutely rapid, but doesn't get on the pitch that much and doesn't show it that much because half the time he seems like he's going at half pace because he's probably scared of kind of pulling up and like injuring his hamstring or something like that. So we do now have another quick player. That makes two. And for me, I think he's going to play him up front. Either play him up front or kind of start him on the bench and bring him on as a winger if kind of we're struggling a little bit and we need a little bit of creativity. But let's see what's going to happen. There's not really much else I can say about him, I don't think. He seems like quite an exciting player. There's no getting away from that. But he just doesn't seem like he's got that final ball or kind of any goals in him. But we'll see. Hopefully, we get 2, 3, 4 goals out of him next season. I don't think really we can ask for more than 2, 3, 4 goals because looking at how many goals he's scored in his career, yeah, we're probably not going to be expecting that many. However, he may pop up with some assists. But I'm not one of these people that keeps saying, if he's good enough for Chris Wilder, he's good enough for me, because we've all got to have our own opinions on players. We can't just go with whatever Wilder says, because Wilder does occasionally get it wrong, like all managers do. Like, he is God, don't get me wrong, but even God makes mistakes sometimes. Don't even know what I'm talking about now. But anyway, that's Oli Burke. Yeah, we've signed him. He's now a Blade. Let's get behind him. All the West Brom fans seem to hate him, so let's get behind him. Let's make him feel loved. We do that with all our Sheffield United players. As long as they put 100% in, we can't ask for more. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, smash a like on it. If you're new around here, please subscribe and stay good, Nick.
Look at that ping from Norwood. Makes other teams look no good. Yeah. We've got a team full of leaders. Alan Hill, Chris Wilder taught us. Right. Yeah, there was us on the tour bus. Yeah. Look how many goals Billy scored us. It's beautiful downtown Bromley.